technology here. Okay. I'll try it up here. This is the giant eye in use on the exhibit area. The story begins, like I said, from when Dr. Sarah Knapp came in, had this idea for a giant eye. She proposed it to us and we jumped on it. These are some of the original sketches and an original model that was built. We used these both for visualization purposes and for problem solving. This is where we started actually building. We built this thing from ordinary insulation foam, stacked up and glued together to make the sphere. The next one here is Matt Hill using a special sander. We made some curved sanders to ensure that we would hit the right curvature on the outside of this, and because it was really important to us to maintain the right diameter. We'll see the reason for that a little later. Here we are removing the piece from the front of the eye that forms the iris, where the iris and lens go in. You can see now that it's already smooth on the outside. The inside was unfinished. Now the inside is finished, and we're doing some finishing there. You start to see the shape of it. This is just before we started applying fiberglass to the structure. Here we are applying layers of fiberglass and fiberglass cloth and epoxy. We used a marine epoxy for this. And sandwiched that on both sides of the thing just to get a nice solid structure. It was really difficult to reach a lot of the places inside, and we had to roll this thing around to keep working inside it. The next one coming up here, these are photographs of the retina. We had these made at Vision Care on one of their cameras out there. It shows the entire retina. These are, in fact, my retinas. And so now you know something about me. We did this just to try and maintain the highest anatomical accuracy we could. From those images, you see there's a right and a left. From those images, we built this small model of the outside shell, which gave us the ability to make a actual model of what the real thing would be like, so we could work out some of those problems. This is Nell Floater, and Nell is an artist and illustrator who does a lot of work for Impression 5. She's just fantastic and did all the painting on the giant eye. Some of the pieces had to be made up. I had to model them in clay and make molds from those, and then cast that in epoxy and apply it to the giant eye. This is Matt Hill again, sanding on the cornea piece, trying to get a really accurate fit into the front of the eye so we wouldn't have any visible seams on that. Here's the iris coming in. All the final parts are coming together. Nell even used at one time a microscope to look into her husband's eyes for this to get an accurate idea of what the iris looks like. After that, it was we loaded it onto a truck and sent it out to Lyle's Collision out in Grand Ledge to be painted. They put a automotive top coat on it. That's why it's nice and shiny, wet looking now. You can see a portion of the internal structure in the front there. This is loading it onto our freight elevator. As I mentioned earlier, it was important for us to hit exactly the right diameter because we had about 1.5 inches to spare going up the elevator, and didn't want to run into that problem at the last minute. These are some of the funders from this project. The funders who support these projects are just the thing that really makes the world go around at Impression 5. Without their support, we would be out of business. And here's the giant eye finally in the exhibit area finished. We've had about probably 85,000 visitors come through since the opening last November. And it's been one of our most popular attractions right now. Thank you.